Welcome to Next Gen Manufacturing's Nexus. Today, we're diving into the essential skills that you weren't taught in school, the ones that separate good engineers from the truly great ones. We're talking about what it takes to go from solving problems on a page to leading projects, teams, and real-world innovation. Let's get into it.
All right, let's kick things off with a scenario that, well, it might feel a little too familiar. It's that moment every brilliant engineer faces, and, it has absolutely nothing to do with calculus or code.
So picture this. You just walked out of a critical project meeting. Your manager turns to you and says, "Great, just write that up for me." And suddenly, you freeze. Just like engineer Carl Sellinger recalls from his early days, all that amazing technical expertise can feel totally useless when you're just staring at a blank page. Yeah, this gap, this disconnect between knowing the technical stuff and being able to communicate it effectively, it's been called the Achilles heel of engineers. It's that super frustrating feeling of knowing you have the right answer, but you just can't get the buy-in, or even just summarize a simple discussion. It's a huge career hurdle. But here's the good news. It is absolutely something you can overcome.
Look, engineering school is fantastic at preparing you for really well-defined technical challenges. But the second you step into the professional world, you realize, yeah, most problems aren't that neat and tidy. And that's when you have your collision with the real world.
So, on one side, you have the technical problems you were trained for, right? Stress analysis, circuit design, thermodynamics, things with clear rules and usually a single correct answer. But on the other side, you have the people problems. Things like office politics, trying to get buy-in from a skeptical manager, or just aligning priorities between different teams. You were trained to solve for X in an equation, but what in the world do you do when X is a person with their own agenda?
And here is the absolute truth of it. As one developer put it so perfectly, software isn't for computers, it is for people. And that goes for everything: manufacturing, product design, you name it. The point is, every single brilliant technical solution you ever come up with has to, at the end of the day, serve people and work inside a human system.
So the big question is, how do you bridge this gap between the technical world and the human world? Well, you do it by intentionally upgrading your professional toolkit. It's not about ditching your technical core, it's about adding 3 new and totally learnable skills.
We're talking about masterful communication, business acumen, and political savvy. And no, these are not some vague, fluffy concepts. You should think of them as precision instruments. Every bit is critical to your career as a multimeter or your favorite piece of software. Let's break them down.
First up, communication. And listen, masterful communication is not about being some super extrovert or giving big speeches. It's about engineering clarity. It means simplifying your message, use an analogy, not just jargon. Be concise, because shorter messages actually get heard. Be thorough, so everyone is really on the same page. And document things. It cuts down on information overload for everyone, including you 6 months from now.
Okay, next up, business acumen. Let's make this real. Imagine you're in a big presentation. You've got 2 options for a critical part, let's say a pump. One's cheap but inefficient, the other is expensive but way more efficient. Which one do you recommend? Well, as a couple of young engineers found out when they pitched this to an executive, it's not just a technical question.
It's a business problem. The right answer depends on things like payback period, operating costs, and long-term value. If you want to be a real partner in the business, you have to speak its language. And a lot of the time, that language is finance. Understanding the basics is absolutely crucial if you want to make a real impact.
And finally, let's talk about the one everyone dreads: politics. But navigating the office isn't about being manipulative. It's about understanding what motivates the people around you and figuring out how to align your technical goals with their priorities. I love what this Reddit user said. You can approach it from your position as the expert, using your knowledge to build a case and get things done. You can't avoid it, so you might as well get good at it.
Okay, so here's where things get really interesting. This whole skills gap we've been talking about, it might not just be an accident. There's a theory that it might be baked right into the very structure of how engineers are taught.
It's a concept called the hidden curriculum. This isn't about the classes listed in the course catalog. It's about all the unstated lessons you absorb from the way you're taught, the structure of the program, the type of exams, the kinds of problems you solve over and over again.
Just think about it for a second. So much of engineering school is about solving problems that have one single correct answer. Now, that's essential for building technical rigor, of course. But the side effect is that it can accidentally train you to see messy, open-ended human problems, not as a reality you have to navigate, but as some kind of error that needs to be eliminated.
And if you want to see the potential impact, check this out.
A really fascinating study looked at almost 1,000 first-year engineering students. It measured their ability to reason through complex ethical dilemmas, beyond just following black and white rules. And the result was kind of shocking. The average score actually declined over a single semester. It seems the intense pressure to just find the right answer crowded out the space for more nuanced thinking.
So what's the big takeaway from all of this? It's simple. Your formal education gives you an amazing foundation, but it's on you to bridge the gap and become a truly effective professional and leader. You have to take control of your own development.
I absolutely love this metaphor. Your technical skills, they're the massive concrete pillars of your career. They're the non-negotiable foundation. But communication, business sense, emotional intelligence, those are the tension cables. They're what hold the entire structure together, allowing it to flex and adapt and reach way, way higher. Without them, even the strongest foundation is pretty vulnerable.
Carl Salinger puts it perfectly. You are the CEO of you. Nobody's going to just hand you these skills. You've got to go out and seek them, practice them, and really take ownership of your own professional growth, way beyond just the technical stuff.
So we'll end on this question. Your technical expertise is what got you your first job. It got you in the door. But what skills are going to get you a seat at the table where the big decisions are made? What skills will make you a true leader in your field? How you answer that is going to define the entire rest of your career.